I chose to go to the broadcast, right?
Yes.
So I'm on Happs, and I've been trying to promote the channel. The Have you talked to anybody from Happs yet?
Yes, today.
Yes, isn't it wonderful?
I just only had the opportunity to test the desktop version today on this broadcast. This is my very first time testing the desktop
Yeah.
version. I've been on the mobile version. There's not much you can do there right now because most of the features on the desktop version. But yes, I did speak with somebody from Happs today, and yeah, so we're just at that point where I'm expecting a bunch of resources coming my way so that I can learn more about how the platform works.
You have the perfect personality for this format.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So what they're going for is people who are engaging. And I remember I said to you that you're a sensitive soul.
Mm.
So I have been intuitive my whole life. And when I saw your picture, I was like, that is someone I should talk to. I didn't hear anything. I just looked at your picture and went, that person is a light giver. And I also think you're an overthinker.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. And I think you analyze, and I think you hammer yourself. I think you expect perfection. I think you're one of those people too that to gain your friendship, it isn't easy. You have to jump through hoops. But if you are blessed enough to be your friend, you're insanely loyal. But it takes a lot to get there.
You're very perceptive. Yeah, I think pretty spot on there. Um, I am not a difficult, I'm not a difficult casual friend to make though. But
Yeah.
I think it takes time to earn my trust for just, yeah, it takes time to earn my trust because I've been bitten more than a few times. Yeah. So I
It's
moved
funny because you're unpacking what I'm saying right now.
yeah.
Yeah. You've got a list and you're going, well, was that real? I don't know. And how does he know that? What is he
Probably.
doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
And that's okay. I get that a lot. I
Yeah.
actually did the same thing to the co-owner of this, and we kind of just did a quick reading.
Okay,
And
so I'm
I,
curious. I'm curious, Michael. What is your background?
in what way? What do you want to know?
What do you do? Like when you just logged on, there was a bit of psychoanalysis there. So I was just curious what you did.
I've been a spiritual teacher my whole life. I
Ah,
make my living through social media. I also, believe it or not, drive 100-year-old elevator with like a crank style in a very old building. And I talked to
ooh.
people. When I was working, before we had the pandemic, I talked to people every day, and I would have people come in the elevator and share their problems with me. And that's kind of what I did every day for the last 6 years. But and you're that way too. Like you have people drawn to you. And then you've had to learn to replenish the well because you'll let people keep coming with a bucket even when the well's dry.
Yes,
And then
you're
you'll be
right.
angry. Then you'll be angry that they don't know the limits.
How do you even know that?
Because I'm tuning into your energy. So when you were talking earlier, my chakra and your chakra right now,
Mm,
I am kind of tuning into that and feeling that.
mm.
And part of you is believing this, and part of you is like, this is a parlor trick. But I think as you know me longer, and I think our paths will continue to cross, you'll go, okay, there is something to that very weird old man. And so, and it was funny because yesterday when I was reading Mark said it was intense, it was wonderful, and it was spooky.
Mm.
Those are the three things he said. And they said, is that common? I said, how about almost every time? Unless someone is very in tune with the arts, which you will be as you get older. But I want you to know, I'm getting a message, so I'm going to send it to you. So I want you to know that the trials that you've been going through recently, the painful things that you're processing, are only going to make you better in the future. And through great pain and suffering comes great wisdom and guidance. And you're awakening. So there's light codes in the universe. If I'm going too fast, just tell me. So the sun, believe it or not, directs energy to sensitive souls like you and I.
Mm.
And you process that energy when you're in nature. And that's when you feel most complete and whole.
Mm.
And that's when you feel loved, is when you're in the embrace of nature. Now, the other thing is, too, your guides are giving you uploads or downloads when you're sleeping. And that's why you're so drawn to it. You're also going to have, as you go deeper into this, you're going to have very cryptic dreams where you have to do a task over and over and over again until you get it right. And that's kind of what you're going through in this spiritual journey. And you want to ask me a question? Go ahead.
I'm just enjoying your insights at the moment. Questions wise, the question that I wanted to ask was when you did the reading for.
Oh, I like what this lady says. It's all about frequencies. That is correct. That's exactly what's going on. So are you, this lady here, are you also sensitive? She must be. She knows the language.
Yes, Lena's super sensitive.
Yeah? Is she a friend of yours?
Yes, she is actually. She's one of my friends from Periscope.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is. It's all frequency. So these are just words. That's all they are.
They're very powerful. The words are everything.
Yeah, but you know what drew me to you was your energy.
Oh.
You could have been whistling and I would have went, oh, that's lovely. There's something very sensitive about the whistling lady. Oh, how nice. So, and you know that intuitively when you meet people. I think anytime that you've met someone and went, this person's a bad seed, and you didn't listen to yourself, you got bitten.
Oh,
you got hurt in the past. Because so you got to remember, my guides are telling me stuff, so I'm trying to get it out as quick as possible. So they're saying to me, to you, that the reason you went through the trials that you went through, especially in your childhood, were to make you the person you are now. And you are part of this collective, and you're here to heal people. And this thirst for knowledge that you have is going to continue. And just know that at times when you're not feeling grounded, you're processing very powerful energies. Am I breaking up?
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess. Okay. So are you doing a reading right now of me, or just kind of like, this is not a reading, it's just a preliminary?
I'm telling you what I'm hearing.
Okay.
From either your guides or people who have passed on. I don't know. I'm just checking my connection here.
Oh, okay. Would you say that you are a psychic or a clairvoyant or
I'm a speaker. So what happens is, and you're the same, is you get downloads or information. Well, I think you would like the word intuitively message, but you're actually receiving downloads. And what that is what we'll call it spiritual code. And you're getting spiritual code all the time. And even since you were a little kid, you've always known that you were different, that you were an old soul. Like you've been here many, many times. This is not your first time. And you know on many levels what is right for you. So you'll fight for that.
That's a little creepy that you said that.
In what way?
That I've been here many times.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Because I've never felt, ever since that I've been aware of being conscious of my existence, I've never felt that I wasn't here before. If that makes sense.
So you're feeling like you know that this is just a bodysuit that we're wearing. And this is one of many forms that you've been.
Yes.
And I get that you've been every form you can possibly imagine.
I don't know what kind of forms that I've been, but I know that from a very young age, I was aware. And when I was aware that this wasn't the first time that I've been aware, and that I was aware in the past, but I just don't have a recollection of that awareness. But it didn't feel like I was never here before. That it didn't feel like the first time.
Yeah, because you're infinite. You know that. That's self-awareness.
Yeah.
You know that we're all interconnected.
Yeah.
Right. And that you know that you're a form of frequency and energy. So you know, see, so you're already advanced. Because most people will have to, like even myself, I didn't have that awareness until I was 40.
Oh, really? Okay. So I
No way.
had awareness, I think, from the time I was 3.
Yeah. So you're here to help. So whatever I've got, you've got it tenfold. You just need to discover it. So it's in there. Think of it as a lock. They're showing me a lock. So imagine you have like one of those locks that has the chambers where you put the numbers in. So let's say it's a 6-chamber lock. You've already got 4 of them. You've got the 4 codes. You just need to figure out the last 2. When I was your age, I think I had half the codes open.
How old do you think I am in my human age?
Well, in lifetime age, I think you're in the 300s.
Oh, okay.
And some of the lives were short.
Really?
Yeah. Well, don't forget, back in the day, a lot of people didn't live beyond 30. Right? It was a very tough time, since all the modern conveniences. But I get the impression you and I could talk about nothing for hours.
Probably.
And we would drive your audience right out of their mind.
Probably.
So how many viewers do you need? Because it looks like you have 909 now.
Really?
Yes.
It says here that I have 399.
Okay, well, I've got 909 for you, it looks like. You've got 3 rewards. You've got some waves here. You've earned a total of $1.60 so far, so you can retire. Yeah.
I can retire and buy myself an island in the Greek.
So is this lady's name Linda or Lena? Or
Lena.
I can barely read those. They make the names so small.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're on Twitter, follow me. That girl there. Follow me, or just follow me through here, through Happs. But I would love in the future if you were to come up in one of my scopes and we could talk to people together, because I think you've got it. Maybe you're not there yet, but when you're ready, I would love to have you come aboard and help, because I think you have great intuitive guidance. I noticed too, as you were saying things, you were unpacking your emotions as you said them earlier, and I was like, oh, that's someone who's got the gift, because you were feeling the things as you said it. They weren't just words. I could actually feel you feeling when you were talking about, I think when I asked you if you were grateful or what brings you a sense of peace, and then you had 3 things, then I went, oh Lord, it's this woman structured.
Yeah. So I got a little distracted here because somebody said hi, and I thought you were talking to Lena, and just realizing that you were talking to me. Yeah.
Say hi to the people in the room. Let's not be rude. You can say hi. There's Jackie TV. I see there. Hello.
That's me.
Okay. Well, then we're good.
Yeah, that's me. I'm just no that okay. So I'm still learning, because this is supposed to be a test broadcast. So Michael, why don't you tell us about like
what do you want to know?
Just how you ended up doing this, how you ended up like being so enlightened. And
well, it's not enlightened. So I'll explain to you what it is. Everybody has this gift, everyone, and you have it most powerful when you're young, when you're a young kid. Like when you first you are perfect and whole when you're an infant up until the age of being maybe 1, and you have all these intuitive gifts. And there'll be many children that are like 2 years old saying, I just saw spirit, or I saw grandma, and grandma's passed. And they're like, no, you didn't. She's not here. You're imagining it. Well, the truth is most times they do. And what happens is kind of that gift gets beaten out of us. And now that we're living in such an enlightened time, we're realizing that we do have extra senses. And science is proving all the time that there's far more going on than we think. And then there are individuals that believe everything is a divine plan. So when you surrender, what you're kind of doing now, you'll find people like myself in your daily life that will be drawn to you, not knowing why. And you'll form unbelievably magical relationships in the new year coming up, because souls that recognize souls will gravitate to you. And that's kind of just what happened today. So there's no special gift here. It's just I've gotten really good in my 57 years of being on the planet, of being aware what certain frequencies and energies are. And I believe that you have the ability to do this at a far greater level than I do. I think I'm more of a natural healer, but I'm not a psychic. So I get messages, you get messages, you're getting messages in your dream. You may not believe it now, but I would love for you, if you get anything from this, put a journal beside your bed and do like a pinpoint note of what your dream was. And then really think about the dream when you're awake. And you probably will get sacred knowledge. Oh, I hit something. Go ahead.
So that's very interesting that you brought it up, because I tend to remember a lot of my dreams. And when I talk to people about this, and they usually tell me, "Oh, really? I never remember my dreams. It's like I dream it and then I'll forget it." But I would dream something and I would remember it, And it's really creepy. It's really creepy. Like recently I had a dream, and I don't know, maybe it's like something psychological as well. I don't know, but I had this dream where I had an itch at the back of my head, and I was scratching that itch. And there were like scales that came out of my head, the back of my head. How creepy is that? It's like just fish scales on the back of my head coming out. And it's creepy. But then I remember this, and I don't know what it means. And I just kind of let it sit there, because I don't know how to interpret dreams, right? I just know that I dream certain things, and these are the things that I dream about. But I don't know what they mean.
Do you want my interpretation of that?
Is it going to be creepy?
I don't think it's creepy. No, okay. At least not to me. But, and the other thing is, too, let's always be very real with each other. If I touch on stuff you don't want to talk about, then let's not talk about it. Or if you want to talk about it in private, we can do that, too. But to me, I don't know if you know this, but are you talking fish scales? Is that what you're talking?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So first of all, fish are sacred. It's a form of feeding. You remember, God fed everyone with, I think it was 7 fish and 3 loaves of bread, or 4 loaves of bread.
Right.
Yeah. So what this is it's a form of transformation. You are now transforming from different forms of what you believe in yourself. So you are now shedding your old skin.
Interesting.
And you are now awakening to new potentials, and it's a brand new day for enlightenment. So your guides are saying, get ready, because you're in a form of transition. And most transitions are very painful. But through that pain usually comes great knowledge. And within great knowledge, you get great power. And with great power comes great responsibility.
That's very, very interesting. Yeah, it's very interesting that you should say that. If I were to kind of add to it, scales are also where all the toxins get deposited, right, from the fish. So when you shed the scales, you're really also ridding yourself of the toxins.
Or of evil.
Yeah.
Or disease, or darkness. So you're now walking into the light. Say that with me. I'm walking into the light.
I'm walking into the light.
Say it again. I'm walking into the light.
I'm walking into the light.
And you are.
Yeah.
So that's what that is. So I'm getting very strongly. Problem is, I'm trying to listen to you and I'm trying to listen to them at the same time. And the whole time you're saying things, they're like talking to me, and I'm trying to stay focused. The problem is when I do this too, a lot of times people get upset because I can't read comments and listen to this and then read you.
Oh,
it's impossible. But
yeah, I don't see the comments that you're seeing because you have.
Well, I think I'm seeing
followers.
stuff from my stream too, right? So but this, let's just for a moment so we can plug this format, because I love the people that are doing this. I know at this current moment it's not perfect, this format, and it's growing and expanding. And, because it's a multi-platform program, it's incredibly elaborate. So I love that right now it is going on my streams while it's going on your streams, which tomorrow will be on YouTube. It's an insanely powerful tool. And the other thing is, you and I are crystal clear. We're doing, a strange form of reading here. I don't know where you live, but I live in Toronto, and it's happening in real time. Like, how insanely wonderful is that? So thank you for this moment in time and technology, and anybody who is drawn to this, there's probably a reason you're here. It's not because you used to follow, this person or that person. You're probably supposed to hear this message of awakening, and you have two souls right here who are definitely transcending into different forms of light. So do you know about 3D, 4D, and 5D? Do you know what I'm talking about with that? Do you want to know, first of all?
I do, but probably not today.
Okay, another time.
Yes, another time.
Have you had enough? I can go.
Be a very intense and a very involved conversation, and we've come to a time where, like, my son's about to wake up from his nap, and so we probably wouldn't have enough time to dive deep, and I didn't want to start into something and then get really deep and then have to, like, pull myself out of that.
So you got way, according to my numbers here, okay, you got way past your 500, which is what I wanted for you. You had 121. So is this is it 940? Yeah, I think you had 121 live chats in this chat. So you had people who chatted with you. And according to this, you also had 942 participants, like who saw it and visualed it, and you got 3 awards.
That's really okay. I don't know why I'm only seeing.
Now it's 9:45. Keep it up, people. Keep it up. Someone send her a coffee or a donut or something, and then we'll know it's really real.
Thank you for subscribing, Sports for the Blind. And I just want to, like, read some of the comments here, because I was also just kind of really focusing and just giving my attention to Michael here. So it was hard to kind of do that and also read what's on the comments. So I just wanted to. Okay, so Lena said that I'm spiritual, but my source is God. God works in the same way. Okay, I think that whatever source of spirituality that you tap into, it's very personal, and if your source is from God and you're getting your cup filled, through God, then that's the best way. Right?
That's beautiful. I love that. That is the best way I've ever heard that described.
Yeah, that's the best way. So, and you're the person that knows better, right? Like,
no, there's no better. If anything here, I'm talking to the master you.
What?
There's no better. We're definitely, honestly, if anything, you are far more advanced than I was at your age.
Oh,
yeah. So you're catapulting.
I really came on here to test the Happs app, and really I didn't expect to meet you, and I'm glad that I did, but I definitely did not expect to get any form of spiritual analysis or reading. So this is all kind of like, what? This is cool. And I'm processing it, because
yes, for a while, and that's who you are. That's who you are. You're very logic based, which is good.
So for a while, it just felt like I was operating on the physical plane, right? and then
Mm-hmm.
not really knowing that I'm more than just the physical, but
Yep.
somehow forgetting that I'm also spiritual just because I'm just like so inundated by the challenges of modern living and just the challenges of motherhood and the pandemic, etc., that when you don't have time to tap into the source, right? You forget, or you just kind of like you move through life, you just survive through it, but then not really having that awareness, or like the not so much of the awareness, but just not really having the space for your spirit to flourish.
How
I
does
think
your heart feel right now?
huh?
Just before we go, if it's okay, how
Hmm.
is your heart feeling right now? Like your heart chakra right here. How
How
does
does
that
it
feel?
feel?
How does that feel?
I feel
Because
like
I felt like it opened during this. As you were just talking, I felt your heart open. And that you were just for a minute there fully feeling what you've maybe been holding down.
I,
Oh,
I
wow.
think I think I felt a sense of relief that there's somebody out there who gets me.
You're not alone. There's thousands of us.
Yeah.
There's thousands of us. Yeah.
And I'm aware that there are people out there who will get me. Uh, I I just it's just hard when you're in isolation and you don't get to, yeah, you don't get to do a lot of socializing, so you kind of forget that there are other souls out there too, right? But then you don't really feel their presence because they're not around, right? Like so I think I just felt a sense of relief that there's another soul who understands me from a soul level, and not just, okay, Jackie the live streamer, or Jackie the chef, or Jackie the cook, or Jackie the mom, right? um so I feel like I feel really relieved, like, oh, this is a soul connection, right? And then the other thing that I feel also is just in terms of opening up, there it's very, I think it's very hard to kind of open up and have very candid conversations about spirituality and heart stuff when there is no reciprocity. So if
Like a
you're
mirror.
talking all about heart, you're talking all about spirituality, but then you're talking to a brick wall, or people who are not just absorbing it, or people who are not in the same sort of energy field as you.
Yeah. We're dancing right now in 4D. We're dancing in 4D. We're
Yeah.
dancing in 4D. So the
Yeah.
average person is in 3. And what that is they feed fear, they feed ego,
Mhm.
and they feed, I would say, regret and self-loathing. Those are all 3D. 4D is connection, feeling a sense of abundance and connection, knowing that something greater than yourself is directing you each and every day, and knowing that you are divine and perfect in every single way. Ooh, that even rhymes. There you go.
uh, that said, though, I don't think that it's always a dynamic dance, right? I don't think that
Mm-hmm.
you're always operating on a 4D, or always operating on a 3D, because you kind of like you weave in and out of different dimensions based on your physical energy levels, or whether you're aware or not. And so I feel like I go through that, like I'm not always switched on the 4D level or the spirituality level. And but I want to be, just not like 24/7, because you can't always operate on that level, because otherwise it's just like you float into air and disappear. Basically, if you're at that level of enlightenment, you're like, whoa, you're not really just so but just from this conversation, I feel, like I said, I feel relieved, because it's so hard to find soul connections, or it's so hard to find soul connections in this fast world that we're living in right now. People are very touch and go. They meet and then they're like, hi, want everything done in a very convenient manner, right? You say your highs, you say your piece, and you go on about your life, and it's just that pace.
But it's just cordial. There's no real connection there.
Yeah.
I've been on your side of the seat here. I once was in a broadcast many years ago, and a young lady came on, and I was in a really dark period. This was about 10 years ago, when the internet was kind of doing this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she went on, she said, Michael, sparks of light are coming from your being, but you got to stop saying awful things to yourself because I'm hearing them in my head. And I thought she was a quack. And I said, well, tell me what I said today. And verbatim, she said what I said to myself.
No way.
Wow. And I broke down in that moment into tears because I felt like for the first time someone saw me. And I felt violated. And she said to me, in about 2 weeks, you'll feel normal again. Here's my number. Call me if you want to talk more. And it took 2 weeks. But I felt like whatever veil I had up, she saw through my bullshit and saw me. Yeah. And now as I'm older, I don't have the energy for that. I'm just me. And if you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I'm okay with that. Because I haven't always liked myself. So I know what it's like to be on both sides of the fence. You know?
I think everyone goes through that, though. I don't really believe that there's one person that just loves themselves and never goes through any phases of self-loathing at all in their lives. It's just not possible.
Yeah, but I think when you're sensitive like we are, we have to be aware, and this is more for the people in the room that are sensitive. You got to know that if you go into a room where there's emotional vampires, and let's say you had the greatest energy or having the greatest day and you're full of boundless energy, and you go in this room and you suddenly feel like someone just dumped on you and you're like ready for a nap, or you feel like you could cry, you're feeling the energy of those people. That's not your energy. So you have to get very good at putting kind of like an invisible force field around yourself to protect yourself. And unfortunately, and I know you've gone through this, is that when you are a caring soul, they'll keep coming until you have nothing to give. And then when you do stand up for yourself, they'll be like, what's her problem? What's his problem? And it's like, I've got my own stuff. I don't have enough today to carry you and carry myself. I can't do it. But when you get in a conversation like this, what happens is I raise your vibration, you raise my vibration, we're raising the vibration in the room, people are feeling it. And if you are feeling it, tell me in the comments. But I actually feel now some of the energies of other people in this room, not just you.
We have a really good group of people. Some of these people are friendlies from Periscope.
Can you answer a couple of these questions here? I have problems reading this. It's so small.
Okay, sure. So I see somebody says, hello from St. Petersburg. I think I know Yassine from Periscope. And then British, but okay, I see older comments. Okay, so I see Tim Fan saying, yo, yo. Michelle Riley, I think I know. And so she just said, wow.
Do you know Cran?
Yeah.
It says Cran. When did you meet?
Yes, Cran's my follower from Periscope on Instagram. Yeah, so I think she's followed me for a really long time now.
Yeah, and I genuinely get that she cares about you.
Yeah. I'm very grateful for my community, because I don't think that I, everyone always says like, okay, if when you're doing any form of content, you want to make sure that you do XYZ and it has to be in this format, that format, etc. Right? There's like strategy behind social media, and I haven't really been doing any of that stuff because really it's hard to have structure when you have a young child. So the fact that somebody like Cran has followed me for so long through just several stages of my life, right? It's just I'm very grateful that she's still here. Because a lot of people, like I built a community from scratch to I think like 20,000, and then I stopped because
Why?
I couldn't, I didn't have any help, and I had an infant in my hand and I had zero
Hmm.
help. Just
Yeah.
it's not possible. So
Well, 2021 is the time to find time,
mm,
because this is part of. I'm not saying abandon your child, but you know, you can always hold your child in your arms if you want at times, or have them close. Like, the gifts you have need to be shared. They really do. And there's a reason you had 20,000 people, even though you're not aware of it. And, you know, I've had that myself in my own life. I've had people come up to me and go, "Are you famous? You have 37,000 followers." And I go, "Yeah, but they're not really my friends. They're just people who know me." And I didn't realize when I was younger that when people were drawn to me, it was the energy. It had nothing to do with me.
mm,
So so you're kind of a beacon. You know, you're a light of hope. And oh, I feel that. And yeah,
mm.
I felt that very strongly when I said that. Wow. Yeah. So you're definitely a beacon.
Thank you so much for just sharing this.
Well, you now hopefully you follow me. And
I felt very confused about just what my purpose was, you know, now that my roles have changed, right? Like now that I've shifted into a different life stage, some of the things that I used to do, like I was doing these cooking shows,
hmm
and they take a lot of production work and they take a lot of time to produce. And I really enjoyed it then, but I don't have the same amount of time now to do the same thing. But I don't want to I don't want to let go of my community that I've just worked so hard to connect with,
they don't want to let go of you.
and they
Trust
don't
me.
want to let go of me. And but
Yeah.
I can't. I just
But
can't.
it's not the cooking though. It's you. It's the energy. Cooking's great. You know, it's just like a different costume, right?
Yeah.
It's just a different costume. It's like you have a little tickle trunk and you go in there and put on another costume.
Mhm.
But I think when you're your most authentic self and you show the real sensitive sides of you, I think you open other people up and they're like going, "Why am I feeling this way? Why am I drawn to this channel? And why does this woman, when I talk to her, make my heart chakra open?" But they don't know it's their heart chakra. They're just going, "My chest feels weird.
Mm.
Maybe I have heartburn." Okay.
Yeah, and I think I came in here thinking about just specifics, right? I came in here thinking about specifics and about topics, and just thinking about, okay, is it the cooking? Am I going to do cooking? Am I going to do this? Am I going to do that? And you just told me that it's not
Oh,
about
this is nice. Look at this. Just do it raw with your child. Cook like a mom. So many moms looking for ways to feed their children better. You have a different audience to reach.
Oh, look at that. Look at what Cran said.
Mhm.
She's a ham. She made me laugh lots when I was sad, stuck home alone with a child, depressed. Oh,
See?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. There you go. Right?
Thought you just came for like the chicken or the bok choy. I didn't know. I didn't
Yeah.
know that I made you
Yeah.
laugh when you were stuck at home alone with a child and depressed. Gee.
But there is no coincidences, right? Like, we're all in this room for right now. Some divine order makes this stuff happen. Like, I looked at you, and trust me, I'm not in the mood today of talking to anybody. But my guides were going, "Go in the room," asked to go in the room. And I was like, "I don't want to go in the room." And I find when I don't do that, there's a cost. And I felt like,
Now listen to
okay.
your guides.
And then when I listened to you, I was drawn myself going, "Okay, I get it. I see why you want me to." Okay. Because
Aw.
you started bearing your soul over simple things, and you started processing as you were breaking down something. You were like unraveling a puzzle in front of everybody here on camera. And I was like, wow, that's brave. Okay.
I
And
don't know if that's a smart thing to do. I really don't. But I can't be anyone else except myself, right? And if I have these thoughts and these thoughts are there, I can't like just lock myself up in like just by myself and try to figure this out completely by myself for the next 2 years and probably not find the answer anyway. So the best thing to do is just, if I'm thinking about it, I'll talk about it. And I was thinking
uh,
about it. And I'm
here's another comment. It says, I watch you for your energy too, but the cooking just made it funnier, as I was going to have to in the next season or something. I don't know what that means. But yeah, so it sounds like the cooking was a great distraction, but they were real. The main attraction was you.
oh, okay. So now I think I know.
Well, they're saying it, not me. This is
Yeah.
not me just like blowing smoke. Like they're telling you here. So yeah, so thank you people for sharing what it is that you enjoyed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael's right. Here's another one. Michael's right. Enjoyed your cooking, but it was about you. Yeah, see your energy. Yeah. Yeah. They're all saying it. Look, it's burning up now. Burning up, baby. Is this making you feel emotional? You
Yes.
getting some gratitude here? Well, tell them that. Tell them what you're feeling in this moment. Yeah, see, you're getting appreciation. See what's happening. This is a little unfair, folks. What happens is I got her energy up really high right now, and then it's like smashing the dam open. So you can blame me. It's my fault.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. But is anybody else feeling the energy in this room right now? Because it's just beaming. I can feel this room. It's cooking good. And we're not even cooking bok choy. Nothing. No chicken balls. No nothing. It's all good. Why do you think you're crying? Let's process that. If you're open to what is there in this moment that you're feeling?
I try so hard to give to my community.
Okay, clearly you have.
And I've sacrificed a lot for that. But
So what kind of sacrifices have you made, if you don't mind sharing? You don't have to, but it'd be nice to know. Look at this. Oh, they're, I would say, validated. Do you feel validated?
um I don't think validation is what I needed. I think it's just, I I do everything I do because I care. I care about people. I care about how they're getting on. I care about people who are hurting.
Mm-hmm. I felt that, and I don't even know you.
I care about, if they're eating well. This is why I do the cooking shows, because I can't.
It's a form of healing, right?
Yes, because I see food as a form of therapy.
Yeah.
I see that it can alter moods. I see that if you have a good meal, it can change your mood from bad to good. And that was what I was trying to do. And a lot of
Mm-hmm.
it was just that. I just wanted so badly just to help people, to make them feel okay. Because I know that a lot of people are hurting.
Oh, and I want you to be aware of something too, maybe you haven't thought about. When you're very sensitive, like you are, you're also feeling the pain of the collective.
Yeah.
And the world right now is so messed up. And, I have not been able to see my parents for the longest time. I miss them like crazy. I miss my friends. I'm an insanely social person, which I think you've realized from this.
Yeah.
And for me not to be able to see the people at work that I love so much every day, that's been really hard. And where I work, there's like 300 people I used to talk to, at least once or twice, 3 times a week. And I don't do that anymore. I do talk to them through this format, but this format, when we know all of us in here, it's not healthy. It's not the same as being able to hug someone or, just be in the room with someone. And even if it's bitching about life, at least it's connection, right?
Yeah.
But tonight, I think we just We validate it on some format or some form that you are treasured and cherished for the good deeds that you've done over the years. And the 20,000 people following was not some random act. You earned that. So well done. And I see immense potential here. The other thing is too, if you build your audience right here, you can make good money. Like this is a format where you can actually make some money. So I would, and I think you like money.
One of the things that was really, really hard for me is that because I have a hard, I have a heart for charity, but I'm at this stage of my life where I can't make it sustainable unless I build some kind of, financial instrument, like I just a way to make this sustainable, because I don't have any childcare, so I can't do it. I can't give myself completely like that anymore and still be able to do it the day after, the day after. And that's what's killing me, because I don't need anything back, right? Like as a soul, I feel like I can give, I don't need to take anything back. But I'm living here on planet Earth, right? Like I'm living, and there are rules, right? You can't just keep giving without replenishing that well.
Yeah. And I think today you got emotionally some stuff back, but it'd be nice in the future that the universe, let's put that out there, the universe opens the floodgates of financial freedom, because if anybody deserves it, it is you. So let's put that out there for 2021, okay? And just know that you're on the right path. That's all. Yeah. So, are you now regretting you went into this call?
I don't regret much.
Okay, because we went from like a pretty normal conversation to.
I'm okay.
You're okay. All right.
It's just, I don't have a problem with bearing my soul.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So I found out I was wrong about the number. So the it's more like the interactions is 1K, not the views. I misread it. Someone told me that a while ago. So what is your view count saying now? Because I don't see your view
count. Has put me over 500. So
yay, we did it.
27.
We did it, people.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah. See, tears. That's all you need. Bring the tears.
This is not.
You get the views. You get the views. You should rename it.
This isn't
that crazy man now crying on net. Thank you.
No, it just there was a lot of heaviness. I felt a lot of heaviness.
I felt that as you were saying it earlier. I felt like talking might just awaken a few things in you.
It felt like I had to give up my community.
Woo woo! Someone's doing woo woo here. Woo woo! Let's woo woo back them. Woo woo!
Yeah. Yeah, it just felt like that I just don't know where I'm going to be able to find the time in the situation that I'm in, and I have to let everybody down, right? And
you're not letting anybody down. You're just doing the best with what you have presented in front of you right now.
Yeah.
And maybe have a small goal of just saying, listen, every day I'm going to try to be just a slight bit better today. That's it. Mind, body, and spirit. That's all. That's not a big goal. But just be proud of what you built and the contribution that you've made. And this is a brand new day on Happs for everybody. So, and I will spread the word for you. Are you on Twitter as well?
I'm on Twitter, but I've privatized all my accounts because I can't be present to monitor them.
Yeah. But one of the things that how I make money is I promote a lot of businesses, and I have a huge following on Twitter. I would love to promote you and just have your name out there and maybe promote your shows, and maybe we'll get some more viewers in here. So every little bit helps, right?
Yeah.
And then other people will feel that wonderful energy and go, hey, I see what Michael sees. This is awesome.
Okay. I'll open it up. I'll open it up and I'll look for you.
Thank you. Well, I'm super easy to find. Same name, Michael Bathurst. If you do a Google search, you can't not see me. I'm everywhere.
Okay.
So, yeah, but it's the same in Twitter, just at Michael Bathurst. So.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'll look for you on Twitter. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Today. Yeah.
All right, so we're doing the peace out. Much love. You have to close down. I can't close down.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I have to go. My son's up, so we gotta go back to being mommy.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mike.
You're welcome.
Yeah. And I just wanted to just kind of acknowledge everyone who said something on the chat. Thank you so much for joining us on this broadcast. Michael was just a viewer who wanted to come on and chat with me, and I let him on. And we didn't plan this. It wasn't a pre-planned broadcast. It's my first time meeting Michael on Happs. And we just had a conversation about spirituality and about some of the struggles I was going through, and I'm glad we met.
Me too.
Yeah. And let me see. See. All right. Yeah. So everyone, thank you so much for all your comments. And I'll be coming on here again at 8 p.m. Pacific time with Olivia Tai. So are you following Olivia Tai?
No.
You should follow her. She's great. She's another sensitive soul, that one.
Yay.
Yeah, that one sings.
Well, that's another way, right, of releasing energy.
Yeah. So I hope to see. Toronto.
We will. Our paths will cross again.
Yeah,
I guarantee it. Once you take a few breaths.
Yeah.
and hopefully you'll watch the rebroadcast and maybe be able to.
I might do, because I can't see myself when I'm like focused on this stuff. So I might just rewatch it and see myself cry and see whether I cried ugly or cried pretty. I don't know. Right. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Michael. I'm gonna end the broadcast now. Okay. Let's see. All right. See ya. Bye, everyone. Bye, Mike.